Let's talk about parallelograms. Consider this parallelogram ABCD with E as the intersection of the diagonals. There's a couple things about parallelograms. Parallelograms have opposite sides that are congruent. So BC is congruent to AD and AB is congruent to CD. So opposite sides are congruent. Also, the diagonals, B, D, and AC, those diagonals end up bisecting one another. So BE is congruent to ED and AE is congruent to EC. So that's true. Also, opposite angles are congruent. So all of this angle B is congruent to angle D and all of angle C is congruent to angle A. So that's true as well. The other thing, or one other thing about parallelograms, is that consecutive angles are supplementary. And so that means that all of angle A plus all of angle D, the whole thing, it's going to add together to be 180. So those are consecutive angles. Also, angle A and angle B are supplementary. They're consecutive angles. So AB, angle A and angle B are going to add together to be 180. Angle B and angle C up here, they're going to add together to be 180. These are going to add together to be 180, and those are going to add together to be 180. So consecutive angles are supplementary. So let's consider this little problem. If parallelogram ABCD is indeed a parallelogram, find angle ABE. Angle ABE is that angle, X. Angle ABE is the X value there. Well, in light of what I just told you, that angle A and angle B are consecutive, they're going to add together to be 180. So all of angle A is 88 degrees, and we know this little portion up here is 30. So this plus these two have to add together to be 180. So 88 plus 30 plus X is 180. Well, 88 and 30 is 118. So solving for X, we find out that angle X is 62 degrees. So that is the answer to that question. So we can piece some things together in figures like this using all those concepts that I talked about earlier. Of course, this is divided up into like 4 triangles. So every triangle, the angles sum to be 180 as well. So if you use that opposite angles are congruent and the angles in the 4 triangles sum to be 180 and consecutive angles are supplementary, putting all those together, you can find just about any part of this that you need to find. Oh, another thing, the vertical angles are congruent. So this angle is going to be congruent to that angle, and this angle is going to be congruent to that angle. Those are called vertical angles. So if you put all those things together, you can solve for all the different angles in this parallelogram. See ya.